Hello, my friends. So for challenge accepted today, we are taking on Mind the Scraps challenge. And it's a challenge they're doing for a cyber crop. And this is a Marvel challenge. So let me see. This is about Captain Marvel. So we have 3 different choices. We can do, the first choice is, let's see, Captain Marvel did many things, but the thing that always sticks out in my mind is her hair and how she drastically changed it from one movie to the next. With this in mind, I thought I would like you to tell a story about a drastic change that happened to you or your family and document the impact. The second prompt is a photo prompt. So Captain Marvel is a prime example of a woman living in a man's world. I'd like you to use a photo where someone or something is outnumbered. Or we can do a technique prompt where we can look at the image and see how it inspires us. So this right here, there you go, on my iPad massively, that is the image. But I'm also going to do a photo that would work for this. And this is a photo of my youngest daughter, and she is at work in the athletic department for her school. And she is working for somebody in the ticketing department who is a man. And she's working towards a marketing field in sports marketing, which is a man, largely, I guess she would largely be outnumbered. How do I put that? She is going to be working in a field that has more men in it than women. And the other thing I wanted to do is I have some of the papers that are left from the January kit, and I'm going to make sure to try to use just the January kit for this. I might have to add in a couple things. I don't know yet. So this is a photo. I backed it on just 2 pieces of paper that were part of the Happy Cake Day paper pad, which is a birthday themed paper pad, but I've been able to use other parts of it for things, and that's why there's pretty much the birthday stuff left. We don't have any birthdays till May, June, and July that I need to work with. So I have that. I'm going to use this paper right here as my background. I only have this one and this one left for my background, and I may be able to hold on to that till all of our birthday celebration-y stuff that we have coming. So I'm pulling different things. Oh, and on this day as well that she sent me this picture, I asked her for the picture. They offered her an internship for next year. They've also started talking to her about possibly being a grad assistant in that department. So there's a lot going on there. And then what I was going to do is look at, let me pull that up. See this sketch right here? I'm going to kind of be working on that. And that was a sketch that I saw at Redefine Creative. So kind of a lot going on, but that is my plan. And I'm going to take you along with me. So here we go. One of the best things about being at the tail end of a kit is that you have scraps, right? They're already cut, and they can really help to dictate the direction that your layout will go. In a lot of ways, it actually makes it easier for me to scrap this way. So I like this balloon paper, but I didn't really need it for a birthday or anything like that. So I decided to go ahead and get my 3-inch circle punch and punch out that giant circle that will end up being kind of a nice spot to put a title. You see my hands moving around? That's actually the way that I can think. Does that make sense? All right, so I'm going to go ahead and punch this piece out instead. It looks kind of like ice cream sprinkles, if that makes sense. I have this yellowy gold scrap here, and I'm going to go ahead and make a fishtail banner with it. I fishtailed the top, did a quick snip on it so I could hide it beneath that circle, and I will put it beneath it, and I'll end up lining it up so it looks like a longer piece of paper. I went ahead and attached all of those pieces that I had cut out. Now the photo I went ahead and put up on a piece of fun foam. I like to use the kind that's adhesive on one side because it just makes things a little bit easier for me. And I did back that photo like you see in yellow cardstock, as well as just kind of a little bit of a busy pattern. You know, it ends up working because you're not really seeing that it's from a birthday collection. This is really just a photo of my daughter at work. I asked her to set a timer and take a selfie for me, and she's doing well at her job, and she's getting noticed for being a quality employee and all that kind of stuff. All right, these die cuts, ephemera die cuts, whatever you like to call them, they're from the Chamel Field Trip collection. And I've used a full set already, and this is my second set, and I'm happy to have them. They are awesome, and they are you can use them for so much more than field trips. I've used them for all kinds of things. I mean, my youngest kid is 18, so clearly we're not on cute field trips anymore. But I've used them for work layouts, washing truck layouts, all that kind of stuff, and they work perfectly. So I like the little Do Good, Be Good a die cut, and I pop that up on a little bit of foam. I'm going to adjust where that is a little bit, but right now it's attached down. I also like this It's a Wonderful World. It's kind of a wonky earth shape, wonky. I'm putting this little journaling piece as kind of a tone on tone, the pink on pink. And I like that because, I don't have a tremendous amount to say about this, just a little bit of wording. And yeah, I trimmed off that top piece of the, you see with the little books there, because I don't like those little perforated line thingies. You know what I'm talking about, where you get those little edges. And I did decide to go ahead and use the books on this because she works for her university. So yeah, she was working in the office at the university. So that works. If I can get something in there that kind of can be used for the whole school work, like office embellishment paper thing, then I will. Now these are some adorable little die cuts, but they're a little bit cutesier than Chamel. Like Chamel is cute, but those were cuter, if that makes sense. These Heidi Swapp Alphas, and I have used a ton of them, so I'm at this point just looking to see if there's any even like little shapes that I can use out of them. I love them. I like that they're like skinny, sparkly, puffy. So I'm seeing if there's anything I can do, and I figure I can use the @ sign for something. Now the next ones that you see in my hand, they're American Crafts thickers, but they're the foam kind with kind of like that chipboard sticker overlay. The January Mind the Scrap kit had rub-ons, and they're kind of like holographic rainbow rub-ons. They're awfully cool, but I do like to put those onto like smooth white cardstock first so that they pop even more. So I put a few different cutesy ones on, and then I went ahead, put them on the white cardstock, fussy cut them out, and now I'm going to sprinkle them around the page. You also see that I put my title on there, Ryan at Work, and the @ sign was from the Heidi Swapp, and then around the Do Good, Be Good, you might see a little bit more of that, the teal letter pieces. I had a couple bracket pieces I was able to use to kind of bring your eye up that way as well, so so that it wasn't just the @ sign with the blue sparkly bits. So I decided to add just a little bit of stamping on here, and I found an older roller stamp, and I'm going to be using that with my Simon Hurley ink, and the color is Wolf, which is kind of like a mid-tone gray. I like to use gray tones, gray, charcoal, whatever you want to call it, if I can, in like supporting roles as opposed to black, where applicable, because you can see it, but it's not like a main element on the page. It's just a preference. So this is my little mixed media box that I'm currently using. I will use it until it's so much a disaster that I move on to a new one. And I'm using the mist that was included in the kit, and it is a hot lipstick pink. It is so pretty and so vibrant and gives a little touch of sparkle, which never hurts. So you see there, it's slightly darker right now, but it will end up being lighter. So here's a little bit more of a close-up, and before I forget, I will go ahead and leave Scrappy Kathy's link below, because she no doubt will just do something absolutely awesome like she always does. And then we'll see you guys next Thursday right back here for Challenge Accepted. Thanks so much for watching, friends. Talk to you soon.